Hello and welcome back here. Okay, so today I want to talk about when no means rejection, how to say no to sex in marriage. And okay, this is because I've been having many counselors, people coming to our office, people contacting us to show displeasure on how their partner gets to always turn their sexual advances down. And let me say this, I want to say this as a man and also as someone who has interacted a lot with women. There is no rule that says that it is only the man that should be initiating sex in marriage. There is no rule. There is no policy that says so. Whatsoever is betting that idea is wrong. I do understand that we have this belief that it is a man's responsibility to chase after a woman, to go after a woman, to ask a woman out, to propose to a woman, where that just happened to be all about marriage. The moment you have agreed to marry a man, the moment you have agreed to marry a woman, automatically you have the responsibility to also chase after your partner. And this also has to do with sex. So it is not the responsibility of a man to continuously initiate sex in marriage. And hello, it is also not the responsibility of a woman to continuously initiate sex, propose sex in marriage, because we have marriages. Yes, there are marriages where it is the woman that is always calling for sex, and right now it makes the woman feel as if she is loose, she does not have control over her hormones, she's not normal, something's wrong with her and all of that. So man, dude, it is not right, it is not proper. Usually I say something that if one person initiates sex, proposes sex, makes the move for sex 3 times, the other spouse should make it a responsibility to ensure that he or she is the one who initiates the 4th time. I think that's sufficient to create balance. That is enough to create balance in your marriage, enough to create balance in your relationship. Uh, if you understand that particular marriage relationship and how important that is for your marriage. And now it is okay, it is fine for you as a person to say no to sex in marriage, right? It's not every time we are horny, it's not every time we want sex. Many times we are tired, we are used up, we are not feeling too good, and so we don't want to have sex. So it is okay for you at a particular time to say no to your spouse's proposition for sex, proposals for sex, initiation of sex. It is okay for you to say no, I don't want it. But how you say no is very important, and this is where I want to focus on today. How you say no would mean whether you are telling your partner, sorry, I cannot have sex now, let us reschedule to some other time, let's have it some other time, or you are saying no, I don't want you, right? When no means rejection, right? Now, because many times from the complaints I have on my desk and from the complaints we get to receive every time, what your spouse interprets to be no is rejection, right? And that rejection means it's like, I don't love you anymore, I don't want you, I don't want your sex because your sex game is poor, I no longer find you sexually attractive, I'm not happy with you. It puts all the blame, the way many people say they are no, puts all the blame on their spouse. That the reason why I'm saying no is not for me. The reason why I'm saying no is because of you, how you make me feel, what you do, how I'm feeling in this marriage, how things are happening in this marriage. Meanwhile, what they actually mean is it is not about you, it's about me, it is something happening inside of me. So when you want to tell your partner no to sex, it is important that you tell him or her the reason why you are saying no. Don't just say no, or don't just say leave me, or don't just say don't touch me, or don't just remove the person's hand. Go further to explain that no to them, right? You're going further to say, oh, sorry, I cannot right now, I am tired, this and that. Can we make it in the morning? Can we make it in the evening? Can we have it tomorrow? Or can we have it during the weekend? Do you get it now? So when you are saying no, explain that no, right? This is the reason why I'm saying no. After explaining the reason why you are saying no, give a promise that, okay, hey, don't worry, so time or so day we will have it, right? That way your spouse knows that I am not the one that is being rejected here. It is because of this, it is because of that, that he is saying no, that she is saying no. Okay, she has also given a promise that so day or so time we are going to have the sex. And please, when you give your spouse a promise, do not make it a habit, or rather not even make it a habit, don't make it a practice, don't even do it at all, to make your spouse be the one to remind you of your promise, of your sexual promise. Please don't. So if I tell my wife, for example, that sorry, I'm tired, I cannot have sex now, could we have it in the evening, or could we have it in an hour's time thereabout? In an hour's time or that evening, I should be the one to initiate it. I should be the one to come up and start turning the place hot, right? Because I am the one who fixes the appointment. So I'm the one who is supposed to be at the venue first, because I'm the one who fixed the appointment. And so that's what it is. Because many times some people tell you, some people tell their spouses no tomorrow, and when tomorrow comes, they just pretend as if they never made a promise. They just do as if they never made any commitment to anything. And sometimes, to make it worse, when their partner tries to remind them of their promise, they come up with one excuse, or they come up with one complaint, or they are like, okay, let's just come and do it. You know that rubbish attitude of you just lie down on the ground, come and do whatsoever you want to do. When you are done, let me know. When the person is straight, okay, are you done? Can I stand up now? Are you satisfied now? That is bad, terrible, wickedness, evil. You are destroying your marriage. Remember, if you have been following my teachings for a long while, or if you have been following the Rise Passion for a long time, not just only my teachings, but the teachings of other counselors, you recognize, you remember and agree with me that we always state that your marriage should have at least, in your marriage, you have at least, you should have sex at least once in a week. Many sex counselors say that your marriage is starved if you don't have more than one, if you don't have sex more than once in 2 weeks. That so that marriage is practically sexually starved. For us in the RS Passion, we believe that every marriage should have sex at least once a week, whether the couple feel like it or not, whether the couple like it or not. The only reason why the couple should not have sex at least once every week is when the couple is not together, or when there's a serious medical health condition that makes it impossible for the couple to have sex. If not, you should have sex at least once a week. And please remember again, I say that if your partner initiates sex 3 times, ensure that the 4th time you are the one that initiates the 4th time, right? And also, not just that, if your partner asks you for sex and you are unable to fulfill that sexual desire, you are able to fulfill that sexual demand, you are able to fulfill that sexual request at that particular time, when giving your partner no, tell them no, give them the reason why you are saying no, and give them a promise of when you will be more open to sex. And in addition, when you give that promise, when that time comes, ensure that you are the one that initiates sex. This is how to ensure that your spouse does not see your no as rejection, because no can mean I no longer find you beautiful, I find you ugly, you now irritate me, you now annoy me, you are not as lovely, I no longer love you, I no longer feel love from you. It can just mean many things. And somebody says something that when you don't explain things to your spouse, you give the devil the room to do the explanation to your spouse. And when the devil does the explanation, trust me, it's going to be terrible. You will be so shocked. So don't allow your spouse's mind travel. Always give them the reason. And as much as possible, have sex in your marriage at least once every week. And try to always ensure that you initiate sex as often as you can. It is wrong for your spouse to always be the person who initiates sex. In fact, if it's possible, let it be that your spouse does not initiate sex more than 2 times before you make the move, before you make your own move at the rest. So let's always be You are investing, I am investing. There is no rule that says that men should be the only one asking for sex. Women cannot ask for sex. Be vocal, verbalize, send text messages, call. Yes, my wife does that a lot. She calls. Sometimes I'm in the office and she calls and say, hey guy, save your energy because this evening I want us to have sex, right? So send text messages, call, be vocal, say it out to your spouse. This, you are married for Jesus Christ's sake. Don't be shy. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to subscribe. My name is Ed and I'm alright. Hit the notification bell so that you get to enjoy, you get to know whenever we post videos. And guess what? If you send me a WhatsApp message, I'll respond directly. If you also drop a comment in the comment section, I will also be the one that will respond to you. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. You rock. Thank you.